everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Stacy and I'm a mixed media artist and surface pattern designer. And today we're going to be trying something a little bit different. We are going to be swatching reds. Let's start with red. I thought I would try to do this series where I swatch every color instead of going by the material and every color in that material. I decided to go with colors and swatching every color. So here I'm just basically digging through my supplies and pulling out everything that is in a red family. And it's super interesting to see what I gravitate towards. I can tell you already, spoiler alert, if we do this in purple, this video will be about 3 minutes long because I don't own a lot of purple. But I do love my reds, and so I have several. And obviously, full disclosure, I don't own every red that's ever been made in every material. So we're just swatching the ones that I've acquired over the years. And you know, it's a lot. It's not a little bit, it's a lot. Here's an overview of all the materials that I've swatched. Take a screenshot if you're interested, but I will go through each one individually, starting with watercolor. And the watercolors I'm using are from Case for Making, which, if you don't know about Case for Making, 10 out of 10 recommend. I love their watercolor. It's incredible. So this one is Scarlet. This one here is Winsor & Newton. I don't know what color that is. Maybe that one's Scarlet. The first one was Case for Making French Vermilion. The second one is Winsor & Newton Scarlet. I do go back in and write all of this out for you, so you can also take screenshots with the materials listed below. These are the Derwent Inktense watercolors. I do not use these. They are entirely too intense for me. But I do like that red, I'm not gonna lie. And this one is also the Derwent Inktense. The first one was Cherry. This one is Red Oxide. So these are only the 4 colors that I have in watercolor that are red. I just don't use it very often, but I do like it. I do like it. The Case for Making, again, 10 out of 10 recommend. Okay, next up, we're going to be working with gouache. The paper I'm using is a Bristol. No, I lied. The paper I'm using is Fabriano, and it's a hot press, so there is no texture. This is good and bad. Wow, that one's really dry. Which one is this? This is Winsor & Newton Permanent Red. Gouache, traditional gouache. It's a nice color. Again, it's dried out. It's obviously something I don't use very often. Anyway, the paper is a Fabriano cold press, 25% cotton, 140 pounds, 300 GSM. It's 11 by 14 inches, and I just cut it in half so that it would basically fit on the screen. This color here is Royal Talons gouache. The color is Carmine. It's a very nice deep red. Now we are bouncing back to Winsor & Newton. This color is Venetian Red. Obviously with gouache, you know, you can use it quite thickly the way I am here, very little water, or you can lighten them up by adding more water, get more of a watercolor effect. But in this case, I really just wanted to get like the most color I could. So I'm using very little water and just squeezing it right out of the tube. This color here is Flame Red. I might be obsessed with this color. This might be my favorite red ever. So just like the watercolor, I only have four colors of traditional gouache in red. Again, if this is a series that we're going to continue, which please let me know if this is something that's even interesting to you, swatching by color instead of swatching by material. It is a lot of work to pull everything from all the various places in my tiny studio and get everything related to one color out. But if it's something that you are interested in, I'm more than happy to do it. I mean, I could spend an entire day just swatching. So here I'm putting little hearts by my favorite colors. So again, that's case for making. It's French Vermilion. I had to go back in and look it up. And then it's Winsor & Newton Flame Red in gouache. So now we're going to do the acrylic gouache, which these are super fun. They are not water soluble, so you cannot reactivate them. You can paint over them and the paint will not lift up. This color is Crimson. I don't love this one. It has transparent tendencies and not a big favorite. This color is eventually Pure Red. Love, love, love this color. This is very similar to the Winsor & Newton Flame Red in traditional gouache. I don't know why these lids are so hard to get off. Maybe because I haven't been using them lately. This one is Vermilion, leans a little bit more orange. Used to be a favorite. I mean, still kind of is. I'm not gonna lie, I like a Vermilion. I really do. Yeah, I like a Vermilion. Luminous Red, one of the fluorescent colors of acrylic gouache, coming in more similar to a pink than a red, but red is in the name, so here we are. I do like this color though. It makes a super fun underpainting. So if you paint your background in that luminous red and then you work on top of it, it does have this beautiful effect of like kind of illuminating everything illuminating everything that goes on top of it. You can see it underneath and it's really cool. That's Cocoa if you hear that in the background. Again, putting hearts here by the Pure Red and the Vermilion, and yeah, let's do it. Luminous Red, we like that one. Okay, now we are going with acrylics, and I don't know what came over me last summer. I was like, yes, acrylic, I'm gonna buy these. Have I used them? Barely. I don't like the way that they're shiny. Plasticky, which is why I like the acrylic gouache, because you get kind of the same effect as acrylic paint, but without that sticky quality. Nova Color, they're just right around the corner here in LA. I bought them for myself for my birthday last year. Have I used them? Not so much. But I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I think they'll work well on jelly plates, which I'm kind of getting into right now. More to follow on that. But I mean, they're a good quality paint. I don't think they're as good as Golden, but for the price, they're very good. This is insanely inexpensive Blick brand matte acrylic. I would say this is more of like a craft paint, something that you can use. I doubt it has any light fast properties. I absolutely hate this color. You might love it. It's more of a mauve to me. It's called Red Medium is the color name. I don't know how to use that color. Honestly, I don't even know what to put it with. Golden Fluid. This is a great color for mixing. It's quinacridone magenta, and this will give you some great mixes if you want to just, use primary colors and mix your own. Again, very transparent, super fluid. It's in the name, Golden Fluid. Again, with my obsession, for someone who doesn't use acrylic, I do have a lot of red acrylic paint. This one is a Blick Fluid Naphthol Red. I'm not mad at this color. I actually like it. I really do like it. I guess I just like I think I'm liking a red that leans more towards blue than a red that leans more towards yellow. So a cooler red. Blick was having a big sale last summer. Again, obsession here. This one is called Fluorescent Red, but it is super orange. Very thin. Transparent, I should say. Blick was having a sale last summer on their fluid acrylic because they were changing their packaging. So each bottle was like 40% off. I don't know. They came out to be like $3 a bottle or something crazy. So of course I was going to buy them all. So here I am just filling in. This is the golden acrylic Parole Red. Lovely. Beautiful color. Love it. This is Nova in the same color, Parole Red. Really interesting to see that they are different brands, different colors, same name. The dreaded Blick Matte Red Medium. No, thank you. I don't know what to do with this color. Golden Fluid, Quin Magenta, Blick Fluid, Naphtha Red Light. You can see how transparent it is on that label. And then the last one is the Blick Fluid Fluorescent Red. Sheer, very sheer color, and totally orange, not red at all. Okay, now we move on to, let's put hearts on it. Yeah, Golden Parole Red and Nova Parole Red. Totally recommend. If you like your reds to be more blue and cool. Okay, acrylic ink. I would say 3 years ago, I took a creative bug class taught by Missy Dunaway. And for Inktober, I did 30 days of acrylic ink drawings, and I love this medium. I don't know why I don't use it. I think I just have too many darn materials and I get overwhelmed and I forget like what I have. So these hardly ever get used anymore, but then I take them out and I'm like, oh yeah, I really like these. You do need to shake them up because the medium settles in at the bottom of the jar. So you got to shake them up to make sure everything is mixed. Don't love this color. This one also reminds me of that Blick Matte Red Medium. I only have 4 colors. Only 4 in red acrylic ink. This one is Flame Red. Spoiler alert, I'm gonna love this one. It's very similar to the Winsor & Newton Gouache Flame Red, the acrylic gouache Pure Red, the Nova Parole Red in acrylic. So there's, themes here. And this last one is a fluorescent. Again, another one of my favorite ways to use this, also because it is very transparent, is to just put a wash of it on the background of the sketch or the painting that I'm working on. And then that fluorescent color illuminates what's on top of it. It's a really cool effect. So all of these acrylic inks are FW. Daler Rowney FW. Duh, it's right there. And this first color is Carmine. The second color is Process Magenta. The third color is Flame Red. And the fourth color is Fluorescent Red. Okay, little hearts. We love hearts. Flame Red, let's put a heart by Carmine too. Why not? We don't have anything that we've liked so far that's that deep red, but I do like it. It seems yummy for fall. Okay, so now we're starting in with the markers. And can I just tell you that so much joy using these Tombow markers on a smooth surface. I felt at this moment that I could literally just color circles for days. So smooth, such a satisfying feeling. Not so much this one because I'm running out of ink, but the feel of these markers on the smooth paper, I just feel like I could go for days. Also, not so much this one. And this is these are like kids scented markers. I don't mind those either. I use those more for like scrapbooking, not in my like art journals. These Ecoline or Ecolina, I've heard them pronounced both ways. I could go for days on this paper. They're so smooth and luscious. So here we go, Tombow number 837, Tombow 847, Tombow 856, Tombow 885. Faber-Castell, could not read that, had to come back later. I mean, could not read it. I think it's number 127. And then these are Mr. Sketch washable scented markers. Super fun. Ecolina, Ecoline, 334. Love. Dries a little darker than what it looks like on camera. Ecoline, Ecolina, however you say it, 311. At some point we're gonna come back and put hearts. Okay, so now we're into colored pencils, and I'm just doing all the swatches of the various red colored pencils that I have. I'm trying to keep track of them. They all feel very different on this paper. I do like working on smooth paper more than cold press paper, just because I do like to layer my materials, and colored pencils are usually one of the last layers, and they just I don't prefer the effect that they have on cold press paper. If you have a question about how to know if your paper is hot press or cold press, a couple of ways. I like to think of it like goosebumps. Cold press paper has goosebumps. Hot press paper doesn't. Or you can think of hot press paper as having no texture because it's like it's been hot ironed smooth. Those are the two ways that I remember, but I definitely prefer hot press. Unless I'm using just watercolor, cold press all the way. And I don't know if you guys are interested in swatching. I mean, I would recommend it just to learn your materials. Each pencil feels very different in your hand. Also, you can have, let's say you've got 7 colors in the luminance pencils. Those are going to feel different even within themselves because the color and the pigment has a different feel. It makes up a different hardness on the pencil. So they're all going to feel different. So when you get new materials, it's awesome to try them out and just play and have fun. And swatching is one of my favorite things to do. So in order, starting with that kind of purpley magenta color, it's Prismacolor 937, then Prismacolor 925, Prismacolor 923, Prismacolor 924, Prismacolor 926, and then on the bottom row, Prismacolor 922, Faber-Castell 118, Faber-Castell 121, Faber-Castell 191, Luminance 061, and then Create Color 13. I will say I don't love the Faber-Castell. I don't. They're just hard to use. I don't feel like they're very pigmented. But the Prismacolor works well on the smooth paper. Luminance works well on the smooth paper. And here I am putting hearts. So hearts by the Tombows and hearts by the colored pencils. Okay. These are very new materials to me. I'm not gonna lie, no idea how to actually use these. These are Tim Holtz watercolor pencils. I mean, I know how to use a watercolor pencil. You use the pencil, you apply water. You can also apply water directly to the tip of the pencil and draw with it that way. You can dip the pencil in water and draw with it that way. Here I'm just, again, swatching. I'm showing you what the color looks like right off the pencil, and then also adding water. I think these would probably do better on different paper. Again, I would stick with smooth, but yeah, I don't know. And these are Tim Holtz, what are these called? Distress crayons, guys. If you're into gelatos and you can't find them, because I know that there are some packages of the Faber-Castell gelatos that you just can't find anymore. Tim Holtz Distress crayons are so delicious. Still, I'm learning how to use these. They're very new to me, but good Lord, do they feel nice. I like to smudge them with my finger. I like to use them directly, and you can apply water and get a more blended effect. I love these. I mean, I don't know how to use them. I'm not even sure how to use them in my work at this point. They're so new, but just playing around with them in my sketchbook and like doing swatches like this, so much fun. I mean, I think they'd make a great background, and then I could apply, once it's dry, I can apply other materials on top, but also because they're kind of goopy and waxy, they would be great just as a final layer on top of everything. So yeah, these are fun. I have 3 colors of the Distress crayons. Yeah, so here we're going back to the watercolor pencils. So these are Tim Holtz. This is Lumberjack Plaid. Also, whoever the person is at Tim Holtz who comes up with the names of the crayons and the watercolor pencils, you deserve a raise because you are excellent at your job. This one is called Abandoned Coral. Okay, these are the Distressed crayons. Tim Holtz Aged Mahogany. Yes, please. Barn Door. I mean, does it get any cooler than that? Persimmon. Perfect name. Oh, and then I found I had a Derwent Inktense pencil, which is like a watercolor pencil. So we're putting that one in here. And this one is called Mid Vermilion. These are super fun too. I mean, I love these more than the Derwent watercolors. You get really nice lines. You can dip the pencil in water and draw with it like that, or you can do what I've done here where you draw with the pencil and then apply water. Super vibrant color, but not in a way that bothers me like the watercolors do. Okay, and we're coming to the end here. Oh yes, let's put a heart on it. Aged Mahogany. We love the persimmon. We really like the vermilion too. So I only have 2, surprisingly 2, Neocolor 2 crayons in red. Again, these make great top layers on your drawings. It's very difficult to work over them, so I usually add them last, unless you add water, and then once they dry, you can work on top of them. So only 2 colors. The first one is 589, and the second one is 070. Spoiler alert, I'm gonna love this one, because again, it's kind of in that blue-red family. I love Neocolors, guys. Adult crayons. So fun. Also, I'm old, so sometimes it's hard to read. So thanks for your patience. Yeah, you got this. You got it. You got it. Yeah. Okay. And then I have a few pastels. So these are pastel pencils by Stabilo. You know, do I love these? No. Will I use them? Maybe. I like to use them in my sketchbook, again, only on smooth paper. You know, you can see the scratchy lines once you blend the pencil. If that's your jam and you like texture like that, then these are great for that. I don't always like that. So these are Stabilo number 305 and then number 311 on the right. And then I also ordered from Jackson's, which is a UK-based company, their series of fluorescents, and this one is red, super pink. It's called Jackson's Fluorescent Red, but it's really pink to me. But it does have a nice feel, and I really enjoy a fluorescent. And then Neo Pastels. So these are different than the Neo Colors. Same brand. This is Caran d'Ache Neo Pastel. But they're oil pastels. This one is Scarlet. You can probably guess that, yeah, I'm gonna like this one. And then the next one is a brand I bought off of Amazon. It's Jackson, not to be confused with the other Jackson. This is Jackson with an X. Very inexpensive. You get what you pay for. But, you know, fun for experimenting in your sketchbook. Hi, Coco. Thank you. Hi. Okay. So here we are. I mean, we've made it this far. Oh, yes. Let's add the hearts. Add the hearts. Add the hearts. Good. And here we go. So take a screenshot maybe, and you can use this for reference. And thanks so much for being here.